Hello everyone, welcome back. This is the second unit of this chapter, and we're going to talk about the structure of the atom. All matter is composed of the basic building block called atoms, okay? And there are three things that are smaller than atoms that make those up. They're called subatomic particles because they're smaller than atoms. Okay, they're the proton, the neutron, and the electron. Protons have a positive charge. Neutrons have a zero charge because they're neutral, and electrons have a negative charge. Notice the masses of protons and neutrons are pretty close at minus 24, but an electron is a minus 10 to the minus 28, which is super small compared to neutrons and protons. And so what we say is in atomic mass units, that since these are so close together, that both of those have a 1 AMU or atomic mass unit, and electrons are very negligible unless you're doing some really high-end NASA stuff or something. All right, so the structure of the atom that consists of a nucleus and then what's called an electron cloud. So the nucleus is the small dense area where you're going to find your neutrons and your protons, and then the electron cloud, which is going to be around that nucleus, is where you're going to find your electrons. Most of the volume is composed of this area, okay, where the electrons are found, but most of the density and the mass is found in the nucleus, in that very small. So most of an atom is really empty space, okay? Opposites attract, okay? Now, you know that from romance, but also you know that because magnets can repel each other. If you've got two magnets that are both positives, they're going to push each other away. If you have a negative end of a magnet and a positive end, they're going to be attracted to each other. And the same exact thing happens between positively charged protons and negatively charged electrons. They are attracted to each other. But if you have two electrons, which are both negative, they're going to repel each other. So in an atom, we have protons and electrons. We have protons in nuclei of different atoms, which are going to repel each other. We have electrons that are in an atom that are going to repel each other. And then we have the protons and electrons, which are oppositely charged, which are going to attract each other. And that's what kind of keeps an atom together, is there's pull on the negative electron by the positively charged nucleus, but then there is a repel or repulsion between the electrons that are in that cloud. So let's look at the periodic table and what that tells us about the structure of the atom. Atomic number is symbolized as Z, okay? And the atomic number, which you'll see at the top usually of the element, you'll see the element's symbol, and then you'll see on the top, it'll be, you know it's the atomic number because it's just going to be a number with no decimals, okay? It's going to be a whole number. That number, in addition to being the atomic number, tells you the number of protons that are in that nucleus. Every single atom of lithium is going to have the same number of protons in its nucleus, okay? If it has a different atomic number or different number of protons, then it is a different element, okay? So a neutral atom has no overall charge, and so it's very important for it to be stable that that's going to happen. And so your Z, or your atomic number, is going to have the same number of protons as electrons. So your pluses and your minuses are going to equal, and they're going to come out to 0, which is a neutral charge. All right, and that's the structure of atoms.